An old dragon-ass shelter and a young human woman station. The beginning, the arrival. The station hung in the velvet dark of deep space, a solitary pinprick of light against the star-sprinkled void. Arya Kalin had inherited the outpost from her mother, a trading station that had once bustled with activity, but now barely managed to keep its systems running. She was 28, with calloused hands and a tired but determined spirit. She kept the reactors humming, the docking arms oiled, and the oxygen scrubbers just barely functional. For years she had grown used to the silence. Few ships came this far out anymore. Interstellar trade lanes had shifted, leaving her little station, Callisto Haven, adrift on forgotten rim of mapped space. But one day, something changed. The proximity alarm screamed. Arya sprinted to the console and stared at the scanner. An incoming vessel, or perhaps not a vessel. The readings were erratic, shapes folding in on themselves like torn sails. A distress signal, barely comprehensible, hissed across the comms. Then the docking clamps shuddered. Something immense latched on. The whole camera flickered alive, showing what she thought at first was a ship torn to pieces. But then it moved. Wings, vast, metallic, but strangely organic, folded in. A head, crowned with scars and ridges, turned slowly toward the lens. Eyes glowed faintly, old as galaxies. A dragon, not a hologram, not a myth, not a hallucination. A dragon, larger than her entire docking bay. Its scales dull like burnished armor, edges cracked with the passage of ages. Its voice resonated not through speakers, but directly in her mind. Human, I seek shelter. Arya froze, her hand hovering over the emergency vent controls. Shelter? Here? You're real? More real than your machines. More tired than your son. I am dying and I need rest. Let me in, or I will collapse upon your hull. Fear warred with wonder inside her. She had read of the Draconis in old archives, ancient, spacefaring beings from before humanity left Earth. Most believed them extinct, myths to scare children. And yet, here one was, its wings trembling, its great frame curled like a dying beast. Against all logic, she opened the docking bay. Middle, shelter strangers. The dragon compressed its form, folding shimmering matter on itself until it fit within the cavernous bay. Its body glowed faintly as if starlight bled from its veins. When it finally lay still, the entire station seemed smaller, shadows of wings etched across the walls. Arya approached slowly, a small oxygen mask clipped at her side. Her heart hammered. "What are you called?" she asked. The dragon's head lowered. Tiravan. His breath rattled. She could smell ozone and something like burning iron. Why here? Because no one else would open their gates. Your kind fears what it does not understand. You did not fire upon me. That is rare. Arya swallowed. What happened to you? The dragon shifted, his scales flaking like rusted metal. Time and battle. Once we roamed freely between stars, keepers of memory. Now we are hunted. Machines, harvesters, empires who wish to break our bones into fuel. I am the last of my flight. I fled too long. My body weakens. She listened, torn between pity and survival instinct. Hosting this creature could doom her station if others discovered it. But something in his eyes, deep wells of grief, silenced her doubts. Days passed. She patched his wounds with nanogel, though she doubted it did much. She rerouted power to warm the bay, and the dragon coiled there like an ancient cat, eyes half shut. And in the quiet they spoke. He told her when the stars were young, when dragons circled novas like moths around flame, of how they wove songs of gravity, bending paths of comets for sport. He spoke of humans, too, how he watched them rise from fragile soil-bound creatures to starfarers. "Then why not reveal yourselves?" she asked. "We did once. Your ancestors worshipped us as gods, but power breeds envy. They sought to bind us, use us, so we withdrew. Those who remained hidden survived longest." Arya felt small hearing this, but not ashamed. Humanity's hunger for control was all too familiar. One night, as she drifted in the observation dome, Tiravan joined her. His body glimmered faintly, reflected against the glass. "Your station is lonely," he murmured. "I was raised here. It's home. Yet you ache for voices." She looked down. "Maybe, but I've learned to manage." The dragon tilted his head. "Kindness costs you nothing, yet you gave it. That makes you rarer than you think." For the first time in years, Arya felt seen. Conflict. Hunters in the dark. Their fragile peace shattered 3 weeks later. The sensors lit up. An incoming fleet. Sleek hunter ships with insignias she didn't recognize. They hailed her, voices sharp. "This is Captain Drex of Consortium. You are harboring a classified target. Surrender the entity or be destroyed." Arya's blood ran cold. She flicked off the comms and rushed to the docking bay. Tiravan already stirred, eyes glowing with grim recognition. "They have tracked me. They will not leave while I breathe. You can't fight them. You're weak. And yet I must. But your station." Arya cut him off. "No, this is my home. I won't let them tear it apart." The hunters circled, weapons primed. Arya's station had no cannons, no shields worth mentioning. But it had her. She dove into the systems, fingers flying across the console, power rerouted, docking arms extended like spears. She vented scrap metal and coolant into the void, creating false readings. The hunters fired blindly, striking decoys. But the consortium was relentless. One ship locked onto bay doors, preparing a missile. Then Tiravan rose. With a roar that shook every bulkhead, he unfurled his wings, pressing against the bay's shields. Energy crackled along his scales. His body, frail moment ago, now burned like a living star. He surged into the void. Arya watched on the monitors, breathless, as the dragon carved through the fleet. His wings bent light, scattering beams. His tail ripped the cruiser in half. But each strike cost him. Scales shattered, blood like molten silver spilled across the dark. She couldn't sit idle. Arya hacked into Hunter's systems, opening false wormhole beacons that disoriented their navigation. One ship veered into its ally. Another spiraled into debris. Together, human and dragon turned chaos against order. At last, the fleet broke. The survivors fled into hyperspace, leaving only wreckage behind. Tiravan drifted back, wounds smoking, wings tattered. He collapsed into the bay, the station groaning beneath his weight. Arya rushed to his side. "Stay with me. You can't die now." His voice was faint but steady. "You fought as one of us. Not prey, not captor. Ally." Her throat tightened. "And you're not alone anymore." Ending Legacy of Stars. For days, she tended him, though his strength waned. He knew it. She did too. Finally, beneath the dome of stars, Tiravan lifted his head one last time. "Arya, my fire dims, but memory need not die with me. Will you carry it?" She blinked back tears. "How?" The dragon touched his forehead gently to hers. Light spilled into her mind. Visions of galaxies birthing, of dragons soaring through cosmic storms, of songs written in gravity and flame. The weight of millennia poured into her, yet she did not break. When the glow faded, Tiravan lay still. His body shimmered. then dissolved into streams of stardust, dispersing to the vents until only a faint shimmer lingered. Arya stood alone, but not empty. His voice lingered in her thoughts, his memories etched into her soul. Callisto Haven no longer felt forgotten. She knew hunters would return someday, searching for the last of the dragons. But she also knew she was no longer just a caretaker of a dying station. She was a guardian of a legacy. And when she looked out at the stars, she no longer felt small. She whispered into the void, "You have shelter here, Tiravan, always." And the stars seemed to answer back,